Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one coming to us from today.com. It's titled, Bob Marley is the father of 12 children. What to know about his kids. The reggae singer's creativity lives on in his children. Let's get into it. This one was published February 22nd, 2024, written by Randy Richardson. Says, Bob Marley's name is synonymous with reggae and service, two of his life's works that live on in his children. The singer's biopic, Bob Marley One Love, opened in theaters February 14 and paints a picture of what his life was like in the late 1970s before his death in 1981 at the age of 36 from malignant melanoma. The jamming singer is survived by 12 children and his widow, Rita Marley, with whom he raised 5 children. Keep reading to learn more about Bob Marley's kids and their mothers. Here's a photo they included. It says, portrait of Cuban-born Jamaican musician Rita Marley, rear second left, as she poses with her children in Central Park, New York, June 12, 1982. Pictured are Stephen Marley and Sharon Marley, Rita Marley, Ziggy Marley, and Cedella Marley. The article goes on to say the One Love singer had 12 children and about half of them pursued music too. Who are the mothers of Bob Marley's kids? Here's another photo they included. This one is from Cedella Marley's Instagram. It says, Blessed Earth Strong to my beloved father on what would have been his 79th birthday. Today we celebrate the legacy of a legend, a musical prophet whose words and melodies continue to inspire and uplift hearts around the world. Your spirit lives on and your messages of love, unity, and justice resonate louder than ever. It goes on to answer that question of who he had his children with. Says he had his 3 eldest children, Cedella Marley, Ziggy Marley, and Stephen Marley, with his widow, Rita Marley, in 1967, 68, and 72, respectively. Bob Marley also adopted 2 of her kids, Sharon Marley, whom Rita had in 1964 before marrying the singer, and Stephen Marley, born in 1974. Rita Marley's 6th child, Sarita Stewart, was born in 1985 after Marley's death. Bob Marley also had Rohan Marley with Janet Hunt and Robbie Marley with Pat Williams in 1972. The reggae legend had Karen Marley the next year with Janet Bowen and Julian Marley in 1975 with Lucy Pounder. In 1976, Kimani Marley was born to the singer and Anita Belnavis, a table tennis champion in Jamaica. 2 years later, in 1978, Damian Marley was born to Cindy Breakspear, a jazz musician and model who was crowned Miss World in 1976. Lastly, Bob Marley had Makita Janista in 1981 with Yvette Crichon. So the article goes on to speak of Marley's kids in order. It says this is Sharon Marley, born in 1964. Rita Marley's eldest child, Sharon Marley, whom her husband adopted, was born in 1964. She followed in her father's footsteps of reggae, winning 3 Grammys in her career on projects with her little sister, Cedella Marley, and little brothers, Ziggy Marley and Stephen Marley. They landed their first Grammy for Best Reggae Recording for Conscious Party in 1989. The following year, they won the same honor for One Bright Day. In 1998, they won Best Reggae Album for Fallen is Babylon. Sharon Marley released the EP Steppa in 2024. Up next is Cedella Marley, who was born in 1967. Cedella Marley, whose mother is Rita Marley, has 3 Grammys with her siblings. She helped produce the new Bob Marley One Love biopic about her dad. Up next is Ziggy Marley, who was born in 1968. Ziggy Marley, whose mother is Rita Marley, was also a producer on his dad's biopic and won his first 3 Grammys with his siblings. He went on to win 5 more Grammys, 4 of which are for Best Reggae Album. He told Today.com in an interview that his father's legacy was all about being a good human and being someone who is of service to others. Not a selfish person, he's a good example for all of us as human beings going into sacrifice for the betterment of the community and the people, he added. Up next is Stephen Marley, who was born in April of 1972. Stephen Marley, whose mother is Rita Marley, is currently on tour with his little brother, Damian Marley. Stephen Marley's first career Grammys were with his siblings, and he also has 5 more, all of which are for Best Reggae Album. Up next is Robbie Marley, who was born May 16th, 1972. Robbie Marley, whose mother is Pat Williams, is a graphic artist who also writes poetry. His Instagram bio says he made an appearance in the 2011 TV series Marley Africa Road Trip as himself. Up next is Rohan Marley, who was born May 19th, 1972. Rohan Marley, whose mother is Janet Hunt, played football at the University of Miami and later played in the Canadian Football League for the Ottawa Rough Riders. He is an entrepreneur, founding Marley Coffee in 2009 and pitching in his family's charitable organization, One Love. Quote, Bob Marley dreamt of one day putting his passion of music into farming, Marley's coffee website says. Through his son Rohan Marley, that dream finally brought to life. Up next is Karen Marley, who was born in 1973, says Karen Marley, whose mother is Janet Brown, owns an eponymously named clothing company, and some of her siblings sometimes pose as models for her. Up next is Stephanie Marley, who was born in 1974. Stephanie Marley, whose mother is Rita Marley and who Bob Marley adopted, graduated from Western University in London, Ontario, Canada, with a bachelor's degree in psychology. She's worked with the Bob Marley Museum and the Bob Marley Foundation. She is currently the director of her mother's organization, the Rita Marley Foundation. Stephanie Marley told her alma mater in 2015 that she was raised to serve, quote, our brothers, our neighbors, and even the man on the street. It's a way of life. That's the way we were raised, she said. I strongly believe the fame my parents earned, the success they have achieved, is because they've gifted with kindness. I think Bob's true purpose was all the work, all the music, for him to achieve that level. Up next is Julian Marley, who was born in 1975. Julian Marley, whose mother is Lucy Pounder, won the Best Reggae Album Grammy in 2024 for Colors of Royal. He has released several albums over the years. He told The Guardian Nigeria in 2020 how he's found his own lane in the genre that his father popularized. Quote, you can't do twice as much. You have to do what you can do, he said. You have to do what you are supposed to do because everyone has a mission. Everyone has something to do. Up next is Kaimani Marley, who was born in 1976. Kaimani Marley, whose mother is Anita Belnavis, is also an artist. He was nominated for Best Reggae Album in the 2002 Grammys for Many More Roads, but his brother Damian Marley won the award that year. Kaimani was just a kid when his father died in 1981. He told the Las Vegas Review-Journal in 2022 that he only has one memory of Bob Marley. Quote, I have one memory of my father just being in the countryside with him and my older brother Stephen, he said. I keep that memory very dear to my heart. Up next is Damian Marley, who was born in 1978. Damian Marley, whose mother is Cindy Breakspear, has 5 Grammys, 4 of which are for Best Reggae Album. He released his new single, Quendajo Miedo, with Kevin Flores and Kingston Flores earlier this month. Bob's final child is Makita Janesta, born in 1981. Makita Janesta Marley, whose mother is Yvette Crichton, is a youngest child of Bob Marley. She was born just weeks after he died. She owns a cannabis business that was approved in New Jersey in 2022. She is a DJ and motivational speaker by her Instagram bio. All right, there you have it. Another successful Brian Reads the News segment. If you want to check this one out, you can go visit today.com. Today.com, that's where I found it. You can read all about Bob Marley's 12 kids and find out a little bit more about them. And if you like these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's real easy to find, just my name, Brian Kingsbury on YouTube. Currently sitting at 1.17 thousand subscribers with 4.8 thousand videos. So there's plenty for you to go up there and check out. Go on up there, see what the latest videos have to offer you. Watch a few. And don't forget to hit that like button. I'm going to ask you a huge favor to do that right now. Hit that big thumbs up like button to get this Bob Marley story into a few more eyeballs. I know a lot of people are curious about Bob's kids, and this kind of detailed what they're up to and what they look like. 12 kids, Bob Marley doing great things in the world today. I thank you for watching this one to the very end. Again, I'm Brian Kingsbury. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.